Namaskar. This is a commentary on many lives, many masters. So, I have read this book basically on an e reader, and this is a book by Brian Weiss. So, he's a psychiatrist, he's a famous psychiatrist, Brian Weiss. And this is a story of a patient whose name is um, I don't remember, Christina, I think. There's a female. Um, so it's been few days since I read it. So now the thing is, like, this is basically based on true story as per the author, and so it says, so it's a very short book, and I read it very quickly. Now there is not much in this book actually. This is basically revolving around a person who goes, the girl Christina. Let's take a look at the what's the name of the person. So I think it's in the start of the document itself. Catherine. Okay, so the name is Catherine, and she has some issues. She has like fears and panic attacks and trouble sleeping at night and all those like normal stuff that happens in the modern day. So she wants to have some kind of psychiatric advice, and she goes to Brian Weiss. Okay, and then basically it shows that all of this things that she talks about, it starts going with the few sessions in the start, and she basically starts talking about her troubles, how she's like afraid of fire and all, afraid of darkness and things like that. So she has anxiety attacks and trouble talking to people and all that thing. So then basically she talks about like why those things are happening. And Brian Weiss, the psychiatrist, like he gets confused, like he doesn't have any idea, because he is like fresh out of college and he has started doing this, and he is not able to solve this case easily. And like he recommends few things to her, but they don't work. Like basically he says that we will continue the sessions and all. Okay, so then she continues the sessions with him, and now the thing is like the sessions like this goes on for like 2-3 chapters, I think, or more. And then like basically after some sessions she starts speaking of like different things which she hasn't experienced in this lifetime. And that is based on like the previous sessions of Brian Weiss with which she had taken. So Brian Weiss says that whatever, like he basically knows now at this point that she has some, what kind of life the Catherine is living basically. And she has the understand, like Brian Weiss has the understanding of what Catherine is living in day-to-day life and what problem she has experienced. How was her childhood, how is the relation with mother, father, and his brothers and all, and what are the love relations in his family. In the past she wasn't married, so that was a different story. But then like all of these relations and everything that is happening in her life, Brian Weiss is quite aware about that after a few sessions with her. But later on what happens is that she goes into these sessions, and he tries to do hypnosis on her. Okay, and then Brian Weiss says, okay, we will do hypnosis and we'll see what happens and what you talk about in your hypnosis. And right off the start of this, like Brian Weiss notices that the Catherine, like the woman, the girl, she basically changes her personality and she becomes something else, and she starts talking about different kind of things which she hasn't done in this lifetime, or hasn't even talked to, at least Brian Weiss, the psychiatrist, she hasn't mentioned. So then she basically talks about different lives, what she was doing in that life, like what was she doing. Like Brian Weiss is not trying to say that these are lives or something. He's just saying that um, she started speaking something else. Okay, now this could be memories also, this could be any other things also, but basically what was happening was Catherine was speaking about some other timeline. She was, her eyes were closed, she was thinking of something else, and then basically she says that I'm in a war, I'm a nurse, I'm fixing people, I'm wrapping wounds of like wounded people in army. And sometimes she becomes some kind of like different things she becomes. So then Brian Weiss like continues these sessions also, and meanwhile questioning a lot of things in the way. So these are, this is the part where the book says that she had many lives. Okay, and then title is Many Lives, Many Masters. So what is masters then? Masters then goes into detail about like there are people, in the middle. So when Brian Weiss is basically hypnotizing her in later sessions, like after many sessions, I don't know, they haven't mentioned how many sessions he did with Catherine, Brian, but actually I don't know how many they are. They sound like quite a lot, like at least like 20 sessions he might have had. Okay, so then basically in the later sessions, like after 10-12 sessions, Catherine generally changes her voice. Okay, as if she is not looking into the event of her past life, she is someone else, or something else has taken over her. And then she talks about why this information is being told to Brian. So there is a third opinion coming in, third perspective coming in, which is like saying that which is directly talking to Brian, the psychiatrist, which is not talking about the events of the past life or about Catherine or anything. It's just communicating directly with the Brian, the psychiatrist, and talking to him and saying that we want to teach you this, we want to tell you about this, so that you also know about what is going to happen. So basically later on it changes, the story changes into a form where it becomes like Catherine is being used as a medium to communicate to the psychiatrist itself. Okay, and who is using this medium is the master. So they haven't told about what the master is. Okay, basically, but the base level understanding that I've gathered is that master or masters are the souls that are helping Catherine into figuring out what is good for her. Okay, what is like helping her basically, and those masters are helping Brian Weiss also through the help of hypnosis sessions of Catherine. Okay, so here you can see in this line. So here it says that masters, she whispered, the masters tell me, they tell me I have lived 86 times in physical state. So it's like she's saying that masters are telling her, Catherine also, that they have like she has lived 86 times on this planet, on this earth. She has come in different lives. Okay, and she is able to go into those lives, but initially she wasn't able to, like there is no control of her into going into these lives. They haven't explained like why she's going into those lives and why she is, like who is controlling that stuff. But she's saying that in many areas she's saying that she doesn't have control over it. Okay, and basically what is happening is masters are doing it for her. Masters are giving the command, masters are doing it to her and showing her what she has done. Okay, and Brian Weiss, of course, the hypnosis psychiatrist, he's the helping hand in doing this, and he's also looking at it from external perspective. So yeah, then it goes on, and lot of different kind of information, like the otherworldly information, is communicated in this book. It's not very deep, it's just like that there are different lives, and masters are helping you, and you have to just go, not like go very deep into life. It's just like a playground for you to fix your problems. Okay, whatever internal conflicts that you have, that is why you take birth again and again. So in this, the conclusion which they reach, like which is very far, they reach the conclusion that what you have to do is that there is like spiritual planes and other planes also. So like after death, the soul goes into a spiritual plane, and then it decides like what it has to do, what it has to fix still. For example, someone has an anger issue, or someone has a sexual issue, so he takes birth, or he or she, that is the soul, doesn't have a gender, so he takes or she takes birth into a specific kind of a body to fulfill that. Okay, so it might be they want to remove anger from the soul. So basically it's the purification of the soul. The process of living again and again is the purification of the soul, which is needed by get like being born again and again. So this is the end, that is end goal of this book basically. And it's a good read. I wouldn't like say it's a very well written book. I would say it's like, what you can say, because all of these ideas I already had an understanding of. So this is also a good event that have shown, like Catherine is sleeping in the night, and doctor or the psychiatrist is also sleeping in the night. They are in like different houses, they are in their own places. And the psychiatrist woke up with a dream that he can see Catherine's face getting bigger and bigger. Okay, and he woke up at 3:36 a.m. Okay, and then next day he talks to Catherine about this dream and all, and Catherine says that I also woke up with a similar kind of panic attack at 3:30. Okay, so it's like they're showing that the soul of the Catherine and the psychiatrist, they are linked in a way. They're basically communicating in a way. Okay, like not on physical level, on spiritual or psychic level. So that kind of thing are also discussed in like various areas. But this stuff is very like, I have heard this stuff from my grandmother and other people also, like yeah, definitely it happens, but it's like in no one's control. And the level of understanding that I had is almost the same that is in this book. So it is not explaining anything, it's just telling, okay, this is happening, this is happening. So I have also heard about these things before, but there is no explanation on, or any kind of action that needs to be taken. Yeah, action in the basic sense is that you should like keep your like own stuff to yourself basically, not get angry on others, not take advantage of others and all those stuff, like not get too much involved in other people, or doing bad to other people too much, or even too much good. So it's like thinking about yourself, what is good for you. See, it again, it's like still after so many pages they're talking about 686 lifetime and all that. So it's very repetitive book. But if you like to read this kind of stuff, then definitely it's a good read. You will get a lot of surprising things in this. But for me, I have already understood kind of the concepts discussed in this book, so it was not very enjoyable for me. So for me, it is 2.5 out of 2.5 out of 5, I would say. So you can read this book wherever you can get it. So hopefully this was good to you. So see you later. Good night.